Welcome back, everyone, to season 5 of Be a Warrior podcast. I cannot believe 4 seasons have gone by. It has been in the blink of an eye. This last December, I celebrated 6 years of being an amputee, and I do mean celebrate. It was a good thing for me. I know not everybody can speak to that, but for me, it is a celebration of a new life and a reset of what I had been going through, and I really, really needed that. The type A person that I am could not sit by anymore and have surgeries that weren't helping my situation. So I hope so far in January that 2025 is treating you well. Happy 2025. And if you are new here, I am so grateful that you are listening, and I hope you'll stick around. I hope you'll subscribe, and I hope you'll share this, because really, the ultimate purpose for me having started a podcast, for someone who hates listening to themselves speak, is to bring awareness to everyday ups and downs of amputee life, how I handled them through my own personal experience, because that is the only thing I can truly speak to. I'm not a medical professional, and I will tell you that over and over again. What I do to get myself through things is just stuff I have learned about myself, my body, my resilience, my pain tolerance, and the grit that I'm having to use, and to each his own. But if it gives you a glimpse into my life and how I have dealt with struggles and the ups and downs of amputee life, and if it helps you change your mindset in any way, shape, or form, then I'm doing what I wanted to do. And that is just changing one life at a time if I can. So we are here back, like I said, for season 5. And living amplified is becoming my mantra. And what does that mean? Like amplified. Of course, I'm putting a play on words. I'm an amputee. I'm going to use something with amp or 1 foot in the grave kind of a thing. Got to use humor whenever we can. That is one of my reasons for success, is that we can laugh it off. And I have boys in my home, and everything's a joke, so we are like Will Ferrell fans and Adam Sandler fans. We watch all the dumb, stupid humor movies. And if there isn't something funny to be said about a leg missing and a leg sitting there by itself on an evening, then it wouldn't be funny in our house. Well, it is. It's always funny. Anyway, moving into this year, one of the things I always start with, and I decided I would just touch on it because I didn't want to start every year the same way, but I do not believe in speaking about New Year's resolutions. It's not that I don't set goals for myself, but I do not call them New Year's resolutions, because I feel that New Year's resolutions gives the ultimate demise of, well, by February that'll be done. And I remember seeing a commercial the other day that said New Year's resolutions. Well, do you know that everybody quits that on by February, whatever, and it's called Quitter's Day. And I thought, oh, I hate that, because that is what people think of. When people think New Year's resolutions, they think, when is the quitting day? And I don't want that for you. I want to see you succeed, and I want you to thrive. As warriors, we have to constantly battle. And we're battling ourselves, our mental aspects, our physical aspects. We battle the world around us just to stay up. And so that is why I say we want to unleash the warrior within us today, because every time I speak to you, I want you to find something that will trigger a warrior mentality in you to start pushing forward and charging forward. So this not being any different, don't make New Year's resolutions, but make a lifestyle change. I, for one, love the feel of January at the very beginning. One, we're putting away Christmas stuff, which used to be really sad for me, but now it's like spring cleaning. It is a refreshing of the house. I have so many Christmas things that my husband's like, no more boxes. We have a dozen boxes of Christmas stuff that I put out. And it makes our house very warm and cozy, and it's wonderful in like November, December. And then January rolls around, you're like, okay, I've had enough. I need to clean this up, and I need to find my space again. Well, there's a newness about that, right? It's turning the page. It's starting over. It's getting another chance. And I'm all about second chances. And so with this January, I want you to be thinking about the things that you want to do and what you see yourself doing in the future. I am trying to build better habits. I don't know about you, but during the holidays, I completely let go of everything except for what can I do to spoil my friends and my family. I love making gifts. I love wrapping the gifts up. I love delivering them. I love seeing the smiles on people's faces. I love sharing my love of doing those things. And that becomes a full-time job for me. Thus the reason I did not do podcasts or my women's chats or any Instagram lives, because I was full in 100% present, which was my word for last year, was be present. I guess you would say that's 2 words. So again, usually I start off with, don't make New Year's resolutions, make a change in what you want and you want to see for yourself for this year. For the year, where do you see yourself in February? Where do you see yourself April and May? Where do you see yourself by the end of summer? What about by next Christmas? What do you want different in your life? How do you want to see life change or better? And what is it that your goals really look like? And creating a platform now to turn over a new leaf, start fresh, be rejuvenated, hit the reset button, whatever it is for you. And for me, it is hitting a reset button. I was able to spend 2.5, almost 3 weeks of just being mom and wife to my family and not worrying about anything else. I wasn't on social media. I mean, I'd peek in here and there, but I wasn't creating anything. I just didn't have any more capacity for that, right? I was bogged down. I was feeling overwhelmed. Now that it's January, I've had time to sit. I've been able to reflect on the year. I've been able to reflect on what I've accomplished, what I hadn't accomplished, and where I need to go for 2025. Now, the second side of that, besides making goals and setting up a schedule and a routine that I find rejuvenating, fulfilling, and aiming towards ultimate goals and passions of mine, I also like to add in a word of the year. So if you have been with me for the last few years, this is usually how I start out the first January of the new year, is coming up with a word. So that does become a call to action. If you are new to my podcast, at the end of my podcasts, I'd say 99% of the time I do a call to action. That way you're not just listening to me, you're actually given an activity if you want to challenge yourself. So my call to action, one of them this week, is come up with a word to live by for the whole year. So last year, like I said, I felt like the year just flew by and I really wasn't focused, 2023. So in 2024, I said, be present. I wanted to make sure as my kids were getting older that I wasn't missing out on all the little things, whether it was a video game they were playing and they were very passionate about, or if it was a friend, a girlfriend, how school was going, whatever it was, and my husband and how hard he's working. I wanted to be present. That meant for me making eye contact, stopping what I was doing to focus on the person speaking to me and speak well to the person that I am with. So be present was mine last year. And I've been thinking about what I wanted to do for this year. And for me this year, it's another 2 words. And for me, it's charge forward. And I say charge. I could say move forward, right? Keeping that momentum. But for me, it's not momentum. I've got the momentum, but what I lack right now is the power behind the word charge. This last year, I struggled with more phantom sensations and pains, and my socket not doing what it needed to do after 1.5 years of being in it. And I can tell you right now, I have a brand new socket I'm very excited about. I'll have to show you all. I will make a video on the creation of it from beginning to end. And that's one of my goals for this week, and to get that out there. But I'm really needing to charge forward. I needed a very positive, strong, powerful, emotional word, and charging, because I like the idea of the warrior mindset. A warrior charges forward. They don't move forward. They don't tiptoe forward. They charge forward. I wanted something with power. And so for me, I need to get that power back. The first 3-4 years of being an amputee, I was filled with power. And I know it's because I spent a lot of time laying in bed for 5 years, going through surgery after surgery after surgery, 10 surgeries in 5 years. I didn't do a lot of moving. So as soon as I had movement, man, I was moving hard and fast and always going. And I don't know if I just finally wore down all that energy after that 5 years and 5 years of working hard. But this past year, I slowed down a bit. Still doing the skiing and some hiking, but not the hiking I was doing. Sometimes for us around here, it's about the level of heat and intensity, and also not hiking alone as a woman with a disability, so to speak. Not that I consider myself disabled, but if there was someone out there that wanted to do harm to me, they would definitely see me as a target. So women, if you're listening and you're an amputee, be smart. Okay, don't go out alone. No matter how strong you feel and no matter how empowered you feel, be smart first. We want to see you around for a long, long time, making a difference in this world. So I am going to charge forward. What about you? What is it that you want to do this year? What is your power word? And use it. Keep it as a mantra. Keep it in your pocket. Use it over and over again. Don't forget it. The moment you forget it, that's when you go back into the habits that you had before. So I don't want to get lazy. I don't want to take the easy route. This year, I'm charging forward. And I will write that in my journals. I will write that on a Post-it note and put it on my mirror in my room in here where I'm at a lot working, and also in my bathroom and my bedroom, because I want to see it every morning before I get up and moving, and I want to see it every night as I go to bed. That is important. It is about the motivation I give myself. I empower myself to be motivated by the words I choose. And I can motivate myself or I can demotivate. And if I want to beat myself down and tell myself I'm no good or I'm not doing enough, well, yeah, you know what? Then guess what I'm going to do? I'm not going to do enough. I'm going to be upset with myself. I'm going to despise myself. I'm going to dislike myself. I'm going to hate what I've done, hate where I'm at. And I don't want to live like that. I want to live empowered. I want to live strong. I want to live fearlessly, and I'm going to charge forward. So with that being said, I also have another call to action, and I want to see how many of you guys take me up on this. I want to do, so for those of you that haven't heard anything about me in the past, when I first started learning how to use my prosthetic leg, I chose the way to get it on and use it every day. I started registering for virtual races. Now, if you've never heard of a virtual race, I did this long before COVID, 2 years before COVID, but they became really popular during COVID when people were kind of locked down. There was a boom I saw in the virtual race world. Basically, you find a company that does this, a medal that you love. I always went with something that I thought fit the scheme and the idea and the thoughts that I was having, whether it was remembering my mom after she passed or being a warrior, being a phoenix, rising up from the ashes, things like that. And I would register for the race, and it's a do it on your time, when you want, where you want it. And it's usually whatever length you want. Some are 5K, some are 10, some are half marathons, some are marathons. And I have done, when I first was trying to learn how to walk and use my running blade, I did 150 miles, 175 miles, and another 150 miler. And each one of them had like a 3-month time frame to get it done by. And so it challenged me to keep my leg on and get out and be moving all the time, which then, of course, practice, I was learning how to use my prosthetic. And that's how I got over the hump of letting myself down, not wanting to use it, and fears that I had about tripping or falling or whatever. And so I'm going to jump into that once again. I have an amazing race that I want to do, and I will post it in this podcast and on the different social medias that I have. And I want you to try to join me with it. It does cost some money, but it's not a lot, but you do get a medal with it. And I will challenge you to do this. It is called the Reset. And I thought it was really cool because it's a medal that has a reset button. And when you press the button, it lights up. So I thought, I don't have one like that. That looks pretty cool. I think I'm going to do the Reset Challenge. And I believe you can choose the length of your race. Now, I want to also preface this. 5K is 3.2 miles. You do not have to do all of that in one time. You just need to finish it before you open your medal. I'm going to challenge you to that. I never open a medal unless I've done the race. And when I first started doing them, obviously my big one's 150 miles. I didn't do 150 miles all at once. I would do 2 miles a day for 3 months or whatever it was. And I had to calculate it out, and I would do the best I could. And if there was a day I couldn't walk and I didn't run, I'm just going to tell you that right now. I would hike, I would bike, I would walk, I would try to run. Anything you can do to put miles. Think about your Apple Watch. If you have an Apple Watch and it clocks your time frame. For some of you, it may be just wearing your leg and you clock all the miles you put on in a day, in a week, just wearing it around your house, getting used to it. If that's where you are at, then do that. Because guess what? That is going to put you a step closer. Now, if you are already walking all around your house, but you want to figure out how to do a 3.2 miles without stopping, then there's your challenge. Do that one. If you've already done 5Ks and that's not a big deal and you aren't sure you could do 10K, do the 10K challenge. Maybe break it up and do it in 2 or 3 days. Or if you're ready for it, do it 10K in one day. And just, it's amazing what you can do because you can do it however you want, whatever it is that will make you feel that you have done something good, that you can pat yourself on the back and have that medal hanging with pride in your room, wherever you want to hang it. And I guarantee you, you will get the biggest kick out of it. And it might actually start you on what mine was, a little addiction to doing the next one, then the next one, then the next one. I would be registering for one while I still hadn't even finished the other one because I knew that one wouldn't start until this one ended. And I think all the medals that I have now, the only virtual races I've ever done has been since I became an amputee. So if you need something to restart yourself, you've refreshed yourself over the holidays, you've kind of probably let your hair down like I did, you've probably just taken your time, relaxed, rejuvenated yourself, enjoyed life without any inhibitions of your workout schedule or working on this or working on that. Let's hit the refresh button or the reset button now, and let's start something fresh and new. And if you are ready to join me, I really want you to give me a shout out either on my social media, Facebook or Instagram at Be a Warrior 360, and let me know you're going to join me on this challenge. I am going to put a link on all my social media so you can join in, and you can let me know right there when you see it. Hey, I'm joining you. We don't have to do it on the same day. It's just the fact that if we know there's a group of us doing it, then I will even make a group that we can talk about it when we're doing it. So I hope you'll join me. Your call to actions, 2. We're going to start this year with 2 because it's already the second week, I think. Yeah, it's already the second week of January. So let's do 2 call to actions. 1, make sure you give yourself some power word or phrase that you can use to change your projections for this year and what you want to do with yourself. Mine is charge forward. 2, join me on a virtual race. Let's do this reset challenge. And you pick what you want to do. If you want to do 5K walking, running, hiking, biking, whatever it is you want to do. You could swim if you want to do 3.2 miles swimming. So join me on that. And you can choose your distance, you can choose your location, you can choose your time frame. I don't care, but do it. Start with me today. and let's get this ball rolling for the new year. And let's start with a bang and know that I'm here for you, because I do not want this to be a New Year's resolution kind of year where by February you've given up. Let's keep pushing forward. If you need an accountability coach, I'm here for you. Reach out to me. I want to be able to be there for you to support you. And know that I have missed you guys so much. I am grateful for all the listens you have given me and the comments that you have sent to me. They all help me know that I'm on the right track, doing the right thing, for the right reasons. So, Happy New Year. Let's go. Let's hit a reset button. Let's get ourselves moving. And let's not forget that we are built to be warriors. You are a warrior. You are special. And I love that you are here with me. And as always, be healthy, be happy, be you.